My parents were missing me. My father was somewhere not feeling good. So I had to come to Rajasthan immediately. So very good evening to all of you. Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum. Good to see you all. And it's a special live class. You are here and my pet dog is here. He's also listening my lecture. Somewhere I needed him. Somewhere I needed him in this lecture. You know why? Because we'll be talking about cultural studies, a very important unit for UGC NET exam. Students who want to crack UGC NET in first attempt, they must know that linguistic, research pedagogy, language pedagogy, and then all the researches, studies, theories related to language, then English in India, literary theory, criticism, postmodern theories, and culture studies are the most important topic. All of these topics are very important. So we are having a lot of good evenings. One good evening is from Arunachal. Arunachal, I have a student Sikta, Sikta, Sikta. She is 2 times net and she is from Arunachal. Why do I remember her? Because she invited me to Arunachal, so I could not go. But whenever I'll go, I'll be seeing her. Her family is there. One more student, Kanchan, her husband is a colonel posted in army, and he's also in Arunachal. Yeah, I know you're here. I know you're here. He's here. He says, I'm here. A very good evening from Nagaland, UP, Bihar. Wow, that's awesome. पाकिस्तान से भी सलाम आ गया है एंड दैट इज सलाम गुरु इज ऑल्सो द पार्ट ऑफ कल्चर स्टडीज महमूद शफी because guru is a word which is either Sanskrit or Hindi word, and I am getting a greeting from Pakistan from one of my very, I must say for Mahmood Shafi, he's a brilliant student. He's from Pakistan and he has not missed any of my live class. This is his craze for learning. So, and I must say that Pakistan has these kind of students. So I'm 100% sure that the literary standards are going to be far better. Namaskar, West Bengal, Maharashtra. So guys, no, this is not a private lecture. It is a public free class. So, when we get messages, what happens actually? Every day we get 400, 500 messages. So, most of the students, sometimes they ask a genuine query. Asking a genuine query, what is culture studies? What is literary theory? What are the books I should read? So, we are not only concerned about the private student. If you are a good teacher and a human being, you must also take the queries of the students. So this is the reason it's a public live for all of you. Sat Sri Akal ji, all the students who are from Punjab, Sat Sri Akal, Vanakkam for all the students who are from Tamil Nadu. There are 3 offline batch students from Tamil Nadu this time. And I have one beautiful memory with Tamil Nadu. When I attempted my Tamil Nadu set, there was some student, they said, I look like Jayam Ravi. Then now they say I look like Vineet Srinivasan. So all I care about is I look like me at least. Anyway, so 3 minutes passed. Let's switch to the topic now. So the topic is, what is cultural study, and as this is my class, what's most important is to make the concept easy. So all the students who are having a notebook, a pen, paper, please write down this thing. इसको लिखो, एक पॉइंटर डाल दो that what is culture study करके एक सिंपल सा पॉइंट डाल दो. Now, going for the easy option, easy thing, the simple thing that you have to understand is cultural study is a new phenomena. So in the world, it started by 1960s. 1967, use of literacy, Richard Hoggart wrote. So if you want to write it in an academic way, Richard Hoggart, famous book, Use of Literacy. And this is how the first official book. Then Richard Hoggart, Stuart Hall, Raymond Williams, these people together worked for the Center for Contemporary Culture Studies, CCCS, which is also known as Birmingham School. So, this time there was a question in second shift. Name the third writer who was involved in the group called Birmingham School. Richard Hoggart, Stuart Hall, Raymond Williams. 3 are most important. So, write down 3 important names. Richard Hoggart, Raymond Williams, Stuart Hall. These 3 people, Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies, CCS, Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies was the department they established. This department is also called Birmingham School. So they can ask you the question that who are the teacher related to Birmingham School, or what is the name of the school. So as Sanjita Das has typed it here, Sanjita has typed it. This is called CCS, Center for Contemporary Culture Studies. Now this is basic for to save 2 marks. Now the important thing, what is culture study and why all of a sudden it is everywhere? Every scholar is talking about culture study. So, first thing, we have studied post colonials, we have studied colonials. Many of you have studied that. If you don't know it, don't worry. In online classes, if you are there in online class, we will teach you, otherwise, you yourself will read all these things. So, there is literary criticism, there is didactic criticism, biographical criticism, traditional criticism, historical criticism, liberal criticism, legislative criticism, then lit theories, Marxism, feminism, existentialism, absurd concepts, all of these things are there. Reader response है, archetype myths है, positivism, anti-positivism, thing theory, object theory, all these theories are there. But what all these theories are doing? What is the main field of post-colonials? To talk about the effect of colonization and what's the main object of cultural studies? To study the culture. And what's the main object of post colonials? To study the culture after colonization. So, technically, this is a point to be noted. This is a point to be noted. Culture study, all the subjects are included in culture studies. Please remember this point. All the subjects are included in cultural studies. So, you remember Three Idiot? You must be remembering that scene of Three Idiot. That's one of my favorite scene. Amir Khan is in the class. He's smiling. His teacher says, "आप इतना मुस्कुरा क्यों रहे हैं? Why are you smiling in the class?" He says, "Sir, I am liking this. I wanted to be an engineer. I'm in the class of an engineering class, so I'm liking it." Then the teacher says, "What is a machine?" And then Amir Khan says, "Sir, everything is machine. Machine is everywhere. We are surrounded by machine." Remember? क्या बोलता है वो? कह रहा सर हर तरफ मशीन है. तो चाहे वो नैनो चिप हो, पैंट की जिप हो, सब मशीन है. तो टीचर डजंट लाइक इट. Teacher says, "What is definition?" So if you're going for definition, then there are many definitions by Raymond Williams, Arnold, Stuart Hall. Arnold's definition is one of the finest definitions that I appreciate. Culture is something best which has been thought and said. Culture is something best which has been thought and said. That is the definition by Arnold. Something best which has been thought and said. Then Raymond Williams also talks about this thing that there are cultural shifts and to study the sectors of life, to understand the gradual development. That's culture studies. Stuart Hall talks about cultures, subcultures, referencing of the culture, and gradual shifting of the culture. But now, if we go for Three Idiot style in an easy, simple way, everything is the part of culture studies. Now, I am live right now. So, do you know? I did not prepare for this live. See my hair? Even my face is not washed. I was sitting with my parents. I fixed this live class, and normally I don't need to prepare and read for talking these things. Thank God I have gone in the dive. I have dived deep in the depths. So, what did I do? Before coming to you, before coming in front of you, am I in a professional, official, cultural dress of a teacher? But when I go to my offline batch, I carry my shirts with a Nehru jacket. I carry my kurta with a Nehru jacket because there is a cultural identification of a teacher's dress. How many of you have seen teachers with tattoos? Imagine. Imagine you come to my class and you see that Vineet sir has multiple tattoos, earrings, nose rings, and spikes with multiple color, just like a peacock. And then I'm like, "Yo, man, you join my class, I give you a JRF." Your parents will say, "Let's go." क्या आपके पेरेंट्स आपको ऐसी क्लास में छोड़ेंगे? Alak Pandey is a different man. He has tattoos. Having tattoo is not something bad or good. It's the part of the culture. And I think every individual has his or her understanding about tattoos. My understanding is that my body is precious, so I don't want anything printed on my body. That's my individual understanding. And moreover, I have a funny reference of my friend, childhood friend. So he was having muscles. So he used to do like this. So what did he do? He got a snake, a tattoo of a snake, showing that this is muscle, this is muscular, and maybe it's a impressive tattoo. But then you know what happened actually? All the college started calling him Cobra. So I got to know the another side of the tattoo. I was like, nahi bhaiya, nahi chahiye, nahi, thank you. So, people used to say, Are, tumhara do, where is your friend? So they would say, where is your friend? This was the way, where is your friend? Are, wo nahi hai tumhara dost, wo kahan hai, bhai, wo kahan hai? So this earned him a different title. So I have got my message. Anyway, but that is also the part of culture study. Do you know that? That is also the part of the culture studies, tattoos and all. Yes. So getting back to the topic, please remember this thing. Now taking it in a seriously. Sometimes students tell me by texting a message. So you did not teach anything. You were just talking, talking, talking. Yes, I'm talking, 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 but this is not science. This is not physics. This is not maths. It's literature. It's you who has to find out the sense. नॉवेल्स में से मीनिंग कैसे निकलता है? नॉवेलिस्ट तो नॉवल लिखता है ना. सो हाई लेवल क्लासेस जो होती हैं उसमें एक्सप्लेनेशंस जो होते हैं. दिस इज एक्सप्लेनेशन. नाउ सी दिस पॉइंट, सिंपल पॉइंट. I am just here sitting at home carrying my t-shirt. That is also the part of culture study. So culture is the discourse of a social structure. Some people living together gradually develop a culture. If 10 people are living together, they have their individual culture. 10,000 people living together, they have their different culture. So like in India, if we talk about the culture, we know that the biggest classification of culture is based on religion. So अगर आपको बोले हिंदुस्तान का कल्चर क्या है, what is the culture of India? So you will actually go to Hindu, then Muslims, then Sikh, then Christians, then Jain, Bodh, others. So technically, religion basis we know the culture. So the moment you say Hindu, Holi, Diwali, Raksha Bandhan, Guru Purnima, more and more, you know more than me. When you go for Islam, so Eid, Bakrid, Eid ul Fitr, I just know three names. So these things are there. For Sikhism, Guru Parv is there. For Jainism, there is some Chama Day when they ask for sorry and Chama. Then Mahanirvan Day, these kind of days are there. For both also. So technically, these are the cultural classification. Now, when these people are living together, so first having different cultures, then living together when they are mixed, merged, that merged condition, it is also a culture. Now, hope you understood that culture is culture. Okay. Now, shift in culture, difference in culture. Ancient Indian education was based on moral character making. इंसान को इंसान बनना सिखाया जाता था. Today's education is based on what? Success oriented. So you are a good man, who cares? You are a good girl, who cares? What they care is, what is the size of your car? How many houses and flats you have? What is your watch? Normal watch or some 20,000, 40,000? This is a shift. Now our entire education, even Skill India concept, is totally based on. अभी किस पे based हो गया है? This is the shift. What we call it, job orientation, success orientation. So technically there is a cultural shift. Vijay Mallya used to live a great life. So even if he is a chore or he is somebody, he was having a lot of life. So a person who is a good man but hungry, suffering, troubled, nobody will respect him. If you are poor and honest man, nobody will respect you. So culture got changed. Women, where women was not even allowed to come out of their houses and they were told to cover the faces. Now there is a shift. So there is a cultural shift that women are not only participating in all the social spheres, they are also leading us. तो ये भी cultural shift है. But what about the other cultures? I have given you major big ideas of culture. Why can't we go for some easy examples of culture? Chocolate Day. Tell me, in which religion Chocolate Day has been mentioned? Tell me. In Hinduism, in Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism. In which religion Chocolate Day has been mentioned? Christianity? Maybe Christianity, maybe, I'm not sure, but I don't think Chocolate Day, Kiss Day is mentioned in Bible. I'm not 100% sure about Bible, but I think online classes are going on. After this, we'll have a private online class. Online classes started 20th June. Want to join online class and have this kind of knowledge? Call karo office mein. Yes, but we have Chocolate Day, we have Teddy Day, we have Kiss Day. So all the chocolate companies, they had a meeting and they decided that you do the business of 10 crore, I do the business of 10 crore. So why can't we create a propaganda and promote a chocolate day and relate it to love? In ancient time, the emotions of love, the communication of love was based with a fool, gulab ka fool, rose, a rose flower, and then shift by shift they are shifting it to a chocolate. So if you're in love with someone and you want to say something, either you have a some product, dairy milk or some chocolate, or now they are also giving you ice cream. So if you want to confess your love to someone, just take some chocolate and eat it, having it all here, and now everything is fine. So this is cultural shift. Now let's go for the cultural shock and then cultural assimilation. Then we'll go for authors, theories. फिर मैं आपको authors और theories बताऊंगा. The main aim is to make you understand what is culture study. What? Simple. UV Rajput, आप कभी भी ऑफिस आ सकते हैं, मिल सकते हैं. You're always welcome. Now see my friends, you must have seen Amitabh Bachchan, the famous Bollywood hero, celebrity in India, asking you, forcing you emotionally to buy a chocolate on the name of Diwali, on the name of Holi. What is this? कुछ मीठा हो जाए. So we are Indians. हमारे पास मीठा ऑप्शन नहीं है. Do we not have dishes? We have खीर, पुडिंग, खीर है हमारे पास. ईद पे कितनी बढ़िया खीर बनती है. We have gulab jamun, rasgulla, jalebi, barfi. Why do we need? Yes, we have dahi chini, even curd and sugar mixed. Why do we have to go for that chocolate? Raksha Bandhan. You know, Raksha Bandhan is coming next month. So Raksha Bandhan is coming next month, and what will this show you? A sister who is annoyed, brother is not listening, brother is not paying attention, sister is not happy. Then all of a sudden, a brother will come with a big gift with a chocolate. They are actually playing with your emotions and involving chocolate inside. Technically, this is what we call cultural hegemony, a term by Antonin Gramsci. Last second shift, there was a question. This is how you have to understand this, cultural shock concept. Usko mix karke cultural assimilation karna, and that's cultural hegemony. So when you understand culture study, you will understand that each and everything, anything that is connected to culture, that develops the culture, that fights against the culture. Suppose, okay, let's make it easy my way. This is my AC remote. Suppose this is culture. So let's say this is culture. And what is culture? A undefined rule, regulation of 10-15 people talking to each other. Like my family culture, we have a different routine. So in the morning time, in the evening time, whatever we are doing, we will take a cup of tea and we'll sit together and talk. So we have our local culture inside. That's in-house culture. In the street, I have a different culture. So when I'm back home, I do not walk in my street as a famous professor or a celebrity professor or a rich man. No. I'm the same person for them, for my friends. So I have different culture with them. When I go to Delhi and I meet my friends, normally we don't have friends, but when I meet my friends, I'm a different person. When I go to my classroom, I'm a different person. So technically, I'm involved in multiple cultures. So suppose this is culture. Now, what is cultural studies? Cultural study is the study of aspects, reasons, inspirations, anything. When we say anything, it's like anything. anything that is connected to it. So something that defines the culture, something that develops the culture, something that is resulted from the culture, anything anything related resulted to culture is the part of cultural studies. So now they are saying that forget theory, forget criticism, forget post colonials, and instead of giving them multiple name, give them one term, culture studies. सिर्फ culture study का नाम दो और सब पढ़ो. So when we are half British, half Indian, half Angrez, half Indian, it's the part of culture studies. Technically we study this thing in Technically, we studied this thing in post colonials. 176 students are live. Only 80 people have done a like. You have to do this like for this particular point. Don't you think that somewhere, be honest, okay, be honest. Somewhere we think that English in India is a class, it's not a language. You speak in English, you can impress people. You speak in English, you look good. You speak in English, you become confident. You speak in English and you have a value. So if you understand that, like it. Come on, जल्दी से like करो. ये भी culture का part है. Because you are not in front of me, so I can't see your faces. When I am in offline class, I see the faces. They are smiling, noting down, writing down. So I understand they are listening. They are writing points. Here with your likes, I can. So come on, do it. Now tell me this. Have you ever felt? Be honest. Be honest. The best thing with me is that I can be bluntly honest because literature has taught me one thing. There were people before me, there will be people after me. I am nobody. 140 crore in India, 9 billion in the world. In the galaxy, we are no one. The director of NASA, he posted a photo on Twitter. Twitter पे एक photo डाला था उन्होंने. And that photo was of Earth taken from billions of distance, and the Earth was just like the point of the pen, the point of the ball pen. That was Earth. So if this is the size of the Earth, who's me? No one. So let's be bluntly honest. Have you ever felt this thing that somewhere you are not confident because you are in a 5-star, the waiter is talking to you in English, you are at a good costly cinema hall, he's talking to you in English, you are in the flight, air hostess is talking to you in the English, and somewhere you felt class consciousness. So maybe to motivate you, I can tell you this thing. Yes, when I came to Delhi from a small town, I used to get scared. I used to get scared people speaking in English, and I used to feel ashamed that I am MA English, I have no English language, and the waiters are speaking in English in Delhi. Waiters are speaking in English. I used to avoid air hostesses talking to me. And I used to get conscious, when they come with a tray and you know that you are the next and they're going to talk to you and they'll be like, what do you like to have, sir? Veg or non-veg? I would get conscious and get ready with all my ears open that what she is speaking, I have to get that and I have to answer that. I met a teacher. He was English literature teacher in London. It was some unplanned meeting. I was going to Ajmer. He also came with his family. I helped him with the luggage. And then I asked him, sir, where are you from? So he said, I'm from London, England. I said, sir, what do you do? He said, I'm English teacher. He asked me, what do you do? I said, I'm just a student. I could not tell him that I'm done MA English. Because I thought, what if he speaks to me in a good English and expects me to speak good English? So the problem is this, that even the English in India has become the part of culture. Elite class, what you call Khan market. Remember the government gave some name to intellectuals speaking in English, Khan market gang. Well, I am not defining that word. That word is a wrong word. People are people, don't call any gang. But there are people in the mall. I have seen people fighting in English and I don't understand. Like now I understand. At that time there was some trouble. So many years back I used to think that how can they fight in English without even thinking? How all of a sudden fluently they are letting the speeches. So even English is the part of culture studies. Tattoos, part of culture studies. Advertisements, part of culture studies. Your Bollywood, Hollywood, and these mixing. Now even they are showing you movies like Adi Purush, or they are bringing some old glory stories. It's all part of culture studies. Arna Goswami is equally the part of culture studies in media theory. Now let's write down some theories. I want this session to be very fruitful. And one more thing, friends, this is introduction. So here I'm giving you a roadmap so that you are not scared of culture studies. डरना नहीं है, बहुत बेसिक टॉपिक है. Actually, people are scared of culture studies. That's why nobody makes a video. People avoid making videos on this thing because they think it's something very tough. So now I've made this video. People can watch it and they can make easy videos. Most important theory in culture studies: simulacra, simulation. Second shift there was a question: simulacra, simulation. How many of you watch movies on screen? Well, I should not ask this. 90% of you, I guess. So if 90% of you are watching a movie on screen, you have a life. There is a life. People cried seeing the scene where the heroes died. I cry when Vikram Batra in Kargil died. I felt emotionally like to feel cry. But did we know that this was just a movie? Did we care? So the visual representation of life in front of us is called simulation. What is simulacra? Simulacra is just like Plato. Plato's copied image, mimicry. Simulacra is copy. Multiple simulacras arranged together is called simulation. Photo in mobile phone is simulacra. Video in mobile phone is simulation. This is the easy definition. ये easy definition है. If you are in online classes, I'll give you a proper lecture on this, defining with multiple examples. But for all of you, and to save you from any trouble, the easy, simple definition is: a photo in your mobile is simulacra, and a video in your mobile, the visual representation of reality which is not real, is simulation, hyper reality. ठीक है. दूसरी थ्योरी जो आपको पढ़नी है, जो सेकंड थ्योरी दैट यू हैव टू रीड, contact zone theory, Maria Lewis Pratt. Last time there was a question, contact zone theory, because these are selected questions, so they repeatedly ask. So if you are attempting culture studies, 15 to 20 questions will be asked in exam. 15 to 20 questions. So be ready for this thing. Contact zone theory, Maria Lewis Pratt. This and that, contacting. My free videos are also available on contact zone theory. Third space theory, Edward Souza, and also by Homi Bhabha. Third space theory. First space, second space, third space. Then Gestalt theory. Please write down these things. Gestalt theory. Sapir-Whorf analysis. Please write down this thing also. Gestalt. After Gestalt theory, Sapir-Whorf analysis. Then Max Weber, anti-positivism theory. Anti-positivism. Then Anglophilia, fear of English, Anglophilia. We are scared of English, we are conscious of English language. So that's Anglophilia. That's also very important theory. Now once you're done with these things, go for male gaze. Male gaze. Have you ever wondered, one of my students from Venkateshwara College, Delhi University, she met Ramesh Sippi in a conference. So she was in my class, she told me, that's why I met Ramesh Sippi, and I asked the question that you have made a movie Sholay. Now what makes you go for a movie where there are female characters in a exposing body, nude? Why are you having this kind of nudity? You know what was the reply of Ramesh Sippi? He said the public wants to watch that. So what is that theory? Why public wants to watch it? In public, everybody say, no, I don't want to watch it. I'm a good man. Indirectly, everybody wants to watch that. So this is actually, something, this has been called scopophilia. Sigmund Freud called it scopophilia. S-C-O, scopo, P-O, philia, scopophilia. Now see this. Male gaze theory simply deals with looking at women's body and deriving pleasure. That's very important. Then in media theory, please remember the media theory concept. The archetype roles plus cliche roles. The concepts, these are the concepts. Along with that, the negotiation with television. Famous writer Stuart Hall Name of the book: Encoding, Decoding in Television Discourse. A negotiation between you and the TV. And then comes advertisements, consumerism, how advertisements are colonizing you. And here a new theory comes: neo-colonialism. So 90% people make a mistake. They don't know what is colonialism, imperialism, and post-colonialism. We have a concept called neo-colonialism. And then comes textuality. I know आपने सुना नहीं होगा इस लोग. Don't worry, these are the latest terms of JNU and DU. So we are in the conferences and we are connected to those people, so we work on latest thing. I always work on the latest concept because old concepts are already fixed in brain. But the most important thing is if I can give you the latest concept. So make sure you remember that. Textuality. This is important, very important. Then in feminist terms, we'll be going for intersectional feminism. Yes, intersectional feminism. Do you know in culture studies there is a new term called man-rupting? In America, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were having a presidential debate. So when Hillary Clinton gave her speech, she was stopped, troubled, interrupted for 22 times by Donald Trump in 26 minutes. Imagine. And same thing happened in a celebration when the Hollywood actor Kanye West, he went to Taylor Swift, yes, Prerna has mentioned that, and took the mic. This is called man-rupting. Then comes Stranger King theory. This is also very important theory. Orature concept. So what you have to do is write down these theories, read these authors related to it, and prepare for culture studies. I am available for your questions and answers. Remember this, I want to tell you this. Even if you are not my student, that does not mean I will not answer your queries. So please, if you have questions, drop me your questions on my WhatsApp 8810289637. I handle that WhatsApp. Those who want to join online classes, yesterday the batch started. So you can join because next 5 to 7 days they will close the batch. So you can be the part of this thing because if this is a lecture for you, imagine having more lectures on culture studies, individual author, individual books, individual theories. So when you will go to the exam, you will be going like a pro. And I'll use my own experiences of net JRF. So thank you so much, my friends. Stay tuned. I'll do some more live from here. Subscribe the channel and share the video with everyone. Thank you so much.